Ava smiled at her phone, her fingers dancing across the screen as she typed out 3 separate messages in rapid succession. "Going to bed early, babe. Love you." She sent it to Noah, her long-term boyfriend, the one who thought he had her all to himself. "Just finishing up dinner, see you soon." That one went to Ryan, the sweet, romantic type who sent her flowers and believed in fairy tales. "On my way now." The last text was for Jake, her supposed rebound, the one who thought he was special because she had told him she was finally serious about them. She thought she was clever, thought she had all of them wrapped around her finger, carefully compartmentalized so they would never cross paths. But she wasn't as smooth as she believed. Noah wasn't the kind of guy to argue, to throw accusations without proof, or to waste time on drama. He was patient, observant, and most importantly, he knew how to let the truth do the work for him. It had started with little things. Ava would mention a girls' night out, but her makeup would be too perfect for just hanging with friends. She'd send a goodnight text at 9 p.m., yet still be active online hours later. Sometimes she would mention a restaurant she had supposedly never been to, only to contradict herself weeks later. Noah paid attention. Over time, he started connecting the dots, noticing how often the same names popped up on her phone. Emily, Sarah, Jen. Too many messages, too much frequency. But something felt off. So he did what any calculated man would do. He got curious. A casual glance when she left her phone unattended confirmed his suspicions. The texts weren't from friends. Emily wasn't talking about brunch plans. Sarah wasn't discussing work drama. Jen sure as hell wasn't a coworker. Noah didn't react. He didn't confront her, didn't demand answers or start an argument. Instead, he planned. That night, while Ava believed she was smoothly juggling her stories, Noah sat on his couch, calm as ever, and did something simple. He took the numbers saved under Emily, Sarah, and Jen and created a group chat. The message was short. "Hey guys, just wondering which one of you is actually with my girlfriend tonight." Then he sat back and watched the chaos unfold. Within minutes, Ava's phone, lying face down on the nightstand, began vibrating non-stop. One call, then another. The screen lit up with notifications, one after the other, her web of lies unraveling in real time. She had been so confident, so sure of herself, but Noah didn't have to say a single word. Her own deception was about to destroy her for him, and he was going to enjoy every second of it. Noah leaned back into his couch, phone in hand, watching the disaster unfold in real time. He wasn't the type to gloat or rub it in, but there was something undeniably satisfying about seeing a liar get caught in their own web. The group chat was silent for a few moments, the eerie calm before the inevitable storm. Then, the first message appeared. Ryan, ever the hopeless romantic, was the first to respond. "Wait, she told me she was homesick tonight?" His confusion bled through the text, as if his brain was struggling to make sense of the situation. It was almost sad. Noah could already picture him, probably staring at his phone, brows furrowed, trying to rationalize why his perfect girlfriend would be mentioned in a chat like this. Seconds later, another message popped up. "She just said she was coming over to my place?" That one was from Jake. Noah smirked, imagining Jake pacing in his apartment, running his hands through his hair, realizing that the woman he thought was finally taking him seriously was, in fact, playing him like everyone else. Then came Lucas. Unlike the others, Lucas was a different breed. He was a player, someone who didn't take women too seriously and always assumed he had the upper hand. But even he wasn't immune to the sting of betrayal. Damn, we all got played. Ava's phone, still sitting on the nightstand, started buzzing uncontrollably. Call after call, notification after notification. Noah glanced at it, amused. She still hadn't noticed, probably still sitting at dinner, twirling her hair, batting her lashes at Jake, or laughing at one of Ryan's sweet but predictable compliments. But the moment was coming. The group chat, now a battlefield of confusion and realization, continued to spiral. "Ryan, who even are you guys?" Jake: "Wait, are you saying you're dating Ava?" Lucas: "Dating? LMAO. Not anymore." Noah couldn't have scripted this better if he had tried. Then a new notification appeared. Ava had seen the messages. Her read receipt popped up, and for a few seconds nothing happened. No reply, no attempt at damage control. She was frozen. Noah could almost picture her staring at her phone in horror, her mind racing to figure out how to spin this, how to fix what couldn't be fixed. And then the real panic set in. The calls started pouring in. Ryan, Jake, and even Lucas, all demanding answers. Noah saw the screen light up with their names one after the other, but Ava didn't answer. She couldn't. What was she going to say? That it was all a misunderstanding? That she could explain? Noah chuckled to himself. There was no way out of this one. A minute later, a new message appeared in the group chat. Ava, what is this? Noah's smirk widened. Babe, that was rich. Jake wasn't having it. Babe? Who are you even talking to right now? Because you sure as hell ain't talking to me anymore. Ryan, ever the romantic, was still clinging to denial. Ava, please tell me this isn't what it looks like. Please. Lucas, on the other hand, had already checked out. LMAO, this is wild. I don't even care. But damn girl, you had a good thing and you threw it all away. Rookie mistake. Ava tried calling Noah. He let it ring once, twice, then declined it. She immediately tried again. Declined. A text followed. Noah, please call me. We need to talk. Noah didn't bother answering. Another text. I can explain everything. He rolled his eyes. That was the thing about liars. They always thought they could talk their way out of anything. But not this time. The messages in the group chat kept coming, piling on like an avalanche. Jake, I swear, if I see you again, don't even talk to me. Ryan is going to propose to you. Lucas, LMA blau, that is tough. If Ava wasn't panicking before, she definitely was now. Another call. Declined. Ava, Noah, please, I love you. Noah let out a short laugh. Love? That was rich. With a deep breath, he finally sent one last message to the group chat. Looks like she's single now. And just like that, he muted the conversation, turned off his notifications and went to grab a beer. Ava had played herself. And Noah? He had never felt more at peace. Ava's world was crumbling in real time, and there was nothing she could do to stop it. Her hands trembled as she scrolled through the group chat, her heart pounding so loudly she could hear it in her ears. The worst part wasn't just that she had been caught. It was that she hadn't even seen it coming. Ryan was heartbroken. Jake was furious. Lucas was laughing at the whole thing. And Noah? He hadn't said much, but that was what terrified her the most. She tried to call him again, straight to voicemail. A cold panic settled in her chest. Noah was different from the others. He wasn't dramatic. He wasn't impulsive. He wasn't the type to yell or beg for explanations. He was the kind of man who made a decision and stuck to it. No second chances, no negotiation. She knew she was losing him. Frantically, she started typing in the group chat, desperate to salvage the situation. Guys, please. This is all a misunderstanding. Jake responded instantly. A misunderstanding? Are you serious? You were literally just telling me you missed me while texting these other guys. Ryan, still clinging to the last shred of hope, chimed in. Ava, just tell me the truth. Were you actually with someone else tonight? Ava hesitated. She could lie, try to manipulate her way out of this, but there was no point anymore. The damage was already done. Lucas, clearly enjoying the show, threw in another message. Go on, Ava, we're all waiting. Who were you actually with, or were you about to triple book yourself? Ava's throat tightened. This wasn't just bad, it was humiliating. She had lost control completely. She felt the stares from people in the restaurant watching her with curiosity as she clutched her phone with white-knuckled desperation. She stood up abruptly, nearly knocking over her drink, ignoring Jake's confused expression from across the table. She needed to think, needed to get out of here. But as she turned to leave, her phone buzzed again. Noah had finally sent a message. Not to her, but to the group chat. You played yourself. Enjoy the single life? And just like that, he left the chat. Ava's stomach dropped. No. This couldn't be happening. She ran out of the restaurant, ignoring Jake calling after her, trying Noah's number one more time. Block. She checked Ryan's contact. Block. Lucas? Block. Her hands started shaking as she stared at the screen, her breath coming in short, panicked gasps. Everything she had built, every little lie she had told to keep her game going, it was over. No damage control, no sweet words to fix it. Noah had walked away without even looking back, and for the first time in a long time, Ava realized what it felt like to truly lose. Ava sat frozen in her car, gripping the steering wheel so tightly her knuckles turned white. Her mind raced, replaying the past hour like a nightmare she couldn't wake up from. Just minutes ago she had been at dinner, laughing, flirting, thinking she had everything under control. Now, her world was unraveling and there was no way to stitch it back together. She tried calling Noah again, even though she knew what would happen. Straight to voicemail, her stomach twisted. He was done with her. He hadn't yelled, hadn't confronted her, hadn't even given her a chance to defend herself. He had just ended it, cold and final, like she was nothing. And the worst part? He had done it so effortlessly. Her phone buzzed again. For a moment, hope flickered inside her. Maybe Noah had changed his mind. Maybe he was willing to talk. But when she looked at the screen, her heart sank. It was Ryan. "I can't believe you, Ava. I really thought you loved me." A fresh wave of guilt hit her. Ryan had always been the sweet one, the one who sent her flowers just because, the one who talked about a future with her. He wasn't just mad. He was hurt. Before she could reply, another message popped up. "Jake, I'm deleting your number. Don't ever speak to me again." Ava swallowed hard. Jake had been different, cocky, confident, the kind of guy who didn't take anything too seriously. But even he had believed in her, had thought he was special. Now, he was done too. And then there was Lucas. She didn't want to open his message. She already knew what it would say. But curiosity got the best of her. "Damn, Ava, I almost respected the hustle. Almost. Have fun being alone." Her throat tightened. It was over. Really over. Ava had always been good at controlling the narrative, at twisting situations to her advantage. But this? There was no spinning this. No excuse. No lie, no way to charm her way out of the disaster she had created. Her phone rang, and for a split second, relief flooded through her. Someone was calling her, maybe willing to hear her side. But when she saw the name, her stomach flipped. It was her best friend, Kara. She hesitated before answering. "Ava?" Kara's voice was sharp, laced with disbelief. "What the hell is going on? Why is my entire group chat talking about you?" Ava's breath hitched. Of course. News like this spread fast. She could already imagine the whispers, the screenshots, the smug smirks of people who had always secretly wanted to see her fall. Ava started, but for the first time in her life she had no words. Noah had done the one thing she never thought possible. He had taken away her control, and now she had to live with the consequences. Ava sat in her dark apartment, the only light coming from the glow of her phone screen. Hours had passed since everything fell apart, but the weight of it still sat heavy on her chest. She had replayed the night over and over, trying to make sense of it, trying to figure out where she had gone wrong. She had always been careful, she had always been smart, but Noah had been smarter. She scrolled through her contacts, each name a reminder of the bridges she had burned. Ryan, gone. Jake, gone. Lucas, gone. Noah, really gone. He hadn't just blocked her, he had erased her. He had handled the situation in a way that left her powerless. No confrontation, no second chances, no dramatic goodbye. Just nothing. That was what stung the most. She tried to convince herself that it wasn't a big deal. "It's just a breakup," she told herself. People moved on all the time. But this wasn't like before. This wasn't her leaving first, finding someone new before the old relationship had even cooled. This was different. This was public. Everyone knew. Her group chats were flooded with messages, some from friends pretending to be concerned, others from people who just wanted the gossip. "Damn, Ava, what did you do? Holy shit, you really got caught like that? Girl, I told you this would happen someday." She couldn't respond to any of them. What was she supposed to say? She had built her life on the illusion that she was always one step ahead, that she was the one who dictated how things ended. But now, she was alone, sitting in the wreckage of her own choices. Her phone buzzed again. She grabbed it, half hoping, half dreading who it might be. But this time, it wasn't a message, it was a notification. Noah had deleted her from everything: Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. He had erased every trace of her existence in his life. It was as if she had never mattered. A lump formed in her throat. She had expected anger, maybe even a long bitter text about how she had hurt him. But this complete and total indifference? It was worse than anything she had imagined. She wanted to reach out, to find the perfect words that would make him talk to her, even if just for a moment. She wanted to explain, to tell him that it wasn't about him, that she did care. But then she hesitated. What could she say that he would actually believe? Noah wasn't a fool. He had known exactly what he was doing when he walked away. And deep down, Ava knew the truth. He was never coming back. For the first time in her life, she was the one who had been left behind.